But here's the deal. 20 minutes. Overheating indicator turns on. What is good, YouTube? It's that one camera guy, back at it again with another video for you. A pretty serious one for that matter. I had the chance to actually go ahead and use this camera in a real world situation. And this is unscripted. I didn't write any specific notes. So I just got back from shooting a swim meet with a local photographer who I've worked with before, where we take photos and then we'll do prints on site and even sell the prints online. So I did not go there with the intention of testing out the A9. That was not the intention. I brought this. And I mentioned this in my other video that I picked up the Nikon D500 for evaluation through the B&H Loaner program. This camera, excellent, great, worked really well, really loved it, handled well, okay? So I shot with this for 4 hours, and let me kind of give you the scenario, weather conditions. I shot from like 9, 10, 11, 12, so kind of peak temperatures. It only peaked out about like 80 degrees, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. And I think you know where I'm going with this. So I went ahead after about shooting for 3 hours or so, almost 3.5 hours with the, I think I shot almost up until like 1, but like for 3.5 hours with the D500, everything worked well. I switched over to the A9. Now I only had one battery with me, that's why I was very conscious about it, because I only had one battery and I was still waiting for my battery grip and extra battery to come in the mail, which it had not yet. My initial impressions about this camera in actual use. Autofocus is good. Performance is good. Viewfinder's bright. The back screen is big and bright. You can see what you're doing with it. I could actually use this as my actual screen to take pictures with. That's how bright this is, which is really nice. The bigger battery, nice to have, okay? Bigger battery, good. Good thing so far with the camera. The grip. It felt weird at first, but better. I like the fact that it's chunkier because it has to fit the battery, so I get all that. So that's a good sign too. What other good things about it? I didn't even shoot with the high continuous burst. I shot with medium because the photos had to go to a computer to get processed, and I didn't need to shoot 20 frames per second. I've mentioned that before. 10 was fine, or whatever it is on medium. But here's where the problem happened, okay? I like the stuff that Sony creates because all the technology you get on it. I already mentioned this in a previous video that I picked this up because I'm basically a guinea pig. I'm out there to test the camera out. You had a lot of folks who said this, and that about the camera that were clowning on me, basically, like myself, saying, oh, well, these YouTubers have never used a camera before. You can't take their advice. They've never used this. You know, take their word for it. They know who they are, and it peeved me a little bit when they were saying those things. But here's the deal. 20 minutes. Overheating indicator turns on. I was in direct sunlight. I had the 7200G master on it. About 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Sun was above my head. I was shooting with it, having a great time. In 20 minutes, overheating indicator turns on. In 20 minutes. It didn't shut down, but I don't want to be doing some mental gymnastics here. Like I said, really cool camera, really great stuff. But this was the one thing that really irked me, was that you saw in my blog about the A7R2 overheating when I was shooting softball and someone had a home run. Well, this is the same scenario. Sony. By the way, this is a message to Sony. I like the stuff you're doing, but you're charging $4,500 US for this camera. You're telling everybody it's the sports camera. It is a sports camera, and in 20 minutes, the overheating indicator turns on. You might say, well, you're still gonna get plenty of time with the camera. And that's me just playing mental gymnastics saying it's gonna last a lot longer. But here's the problem. If you must get the shot and the overheating indicator turns on, you don't know when it's gonna turn off. It could turn off 5 minutes from now, 10 minutes from now, 30 minutes from now. So I was getting a little ticket form saying, oh, I need you to take a picture of my son or daughter at event 990, heat 3, lane 2. Imagine I'm using this and I'm like, the overheating indicator's on. What if the camera shuts off when I have to get the picture of their kid? And this is supposed to be a sports camera? Sony, you need to call me because I need some answers. This is pretty bad, in my opinion. I don't know what it is. There were so much people saying so many good things about the camera, and I like that. You know, they took all these people out to do reviews. They took them out to New York. They took them out to there was that Santa Barbara trip and everything, and things started to come together in my mind. They were using it for sports. They were in a boxing arena. Oh, they're in a box. They're shooting boxers, but they were indoors. They were doing track and field photos, but they were kind of under shade and indoors. I was outside. In an actual environment, testing it in a real world scenario, and I got the overheating indicator in 20 minutes. Angry photographer's gonna love this, right? This was outside for 3 hours, direct sunlight, didn't break sweat. Didn't break sweat. All right, let me go on some more. You know that I'm letting you know, I'm just giving you my honest feedback from actual experience, right? Actually using the camera. And I'm not sugarcoating it, okay? And I've said that before about the Sony cameras. Love the tech, but I call it out when it is. Battery life. People have been talking about battery life. I use it in a real world scenario. Battery life was still draining, okay? Yeah, I was bumping up, the screen was set to sunny day. There's an option for sunny day. But here's the deal. In about 45 minutes, I was down 40% battery life. So I was still concerned with just one battery. I don't think I would have made it through that sporting environment in 3 hours. I think within 2 to 3 hours, battery would have been dead. There was a lot of people who will say, I've already shot 3,000 to 4,000 photos on this camera, and I've still got like so many percentage of my battery. Well, that's because you shot all your pictures in a finite amount of time. But what if you have to take those photos over an extended period of time? It's a completely different scenario. So battery is better, but it's not perfect. I would still get a battery grip for this camera, okay? So, I'm still gonna test the camera out some more, folks. I'm still gonna be using it. I'm still gonna be putting it through its paces. But the deal is, if you're worried about overheating and you shoot sports in an environment where the sun's directly above you and you're out there, it's gonna overheat. I don't care what kind of mental gymnastics you're gonna try and pull, it's a problem. So I'm going to keep trying it out more. I'm gonna put it through a longer period of testing, and I was just taking photos. I wasn't doing any video, by the way. It was just photos. Folks, I need you to do something for me, and it's not something stupid or shallow. I need you to give this video a like, or share it, or even give it a dislike. I don't care what it is. Put a comment in the description below your thoughts on it, because I want the video to get some visibility and just to freaking put some honesty back into the freaking environment, because I'm just frustrated because there was so much clout or just so much positivity about the camera. I was just waiting to get my hands on it. Yeah, I liked it, but I wanted to see the situation, and so far I'm a little worried. Folks, that's all I got for you in this video. Again, give this video a thumbs up, get some visibility to it, so that the Sony people can see it, the Sony execs can see it. I'm a little worried about it. It's supposed to be their sports camera, and in 20 minutes it overheated in 81-degree Fahrenheit weather in direct sunlight. I got the indicator to turn on. We got some problems. Let's call it out. Folks, I'll catch you later. It's that one camera guy. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.